The world of entertainment is like a sky full of stars, and each star has its own special story. Tony Germano was one of those rare stars, an actor and voice artist whose light touched hearts all over Brazil and even further. For more than 30 years, his passion and kindness made him loved on stage, on screen, and in the recording studio. On November 26, 2025, when he was just 55, Tony's life ended too soon in a sad accident. The news shocked everyone in the entertainment world and his many fans. He was at a hopeful, exciting time in his life, which made his loss feel especially unfair. This is the story of Tony Germano, a wonderful career, a dear friend, and a man whose memory lives on. We'll look back at the amazing roles he played, from Brazilian theater to Disney, Nickelodeon, and Netflix. Tony was more than just his characters. He brought inspiration and joy. Even though his light is gone, the warmth he gave will be felt for many years to come. His memory reminds us of the lasting mark one person can leave. Millions of people knew Tony Germano's voice, even if they didn't know his face. As a talented voice artist, he brought beloved characters to life for people who speak Portuguese, working with Netflix, Nickelodeon, and Disney. He became the voice of a whole generation, filling homes with laughter and adventure. For Netflix, he made Go, Dog, Go exciting. On Nickelodeon, he made Nicky, Ricky, Dicky and Dawn feel real for Brazilian viewers. With Disney, he helped bring Beauty and the Beast and shows like Elena of Avalor and the Muppets to life. Tony's performances were more than just jobs. They were gifts of joy and heart. He put all of himself into every role, always trying to connect with his audience. His work on screen, including An Unforgettable Year, Autumn and Labyrinth of Lost Boys, showed how talented and passionate he was. Tony's career was reaching new heights, and his talent was clear for all to see. Tony's talent went across borders, connecting with families all over the world through his voice work for Netflix, Disney, and Nickelodeon. He was the link between English-language shows and millions of Portuguese-speaking viewers, making sure nothing was lost when translated. Dubbing is an art. It needs good timing, emotion, and being able to change. And Tony was a master at it. He didn't just read lines, he made characters new again, making them feel real and easy to remember. His role in Disney's Beauty and the Beast was a big highlight, helping bring the magic to Brazilian audiences. Tony's ability to do many different things showed in everything from the Muppets to Sheriff Callie's Wild West. Directors trusted him to do a great job, knowing he would do even better than expected. He was more than a voice actor. He was a storyteller who brought cartoon worlds to life. His art made him a household name in a very special way. Before he became famous for voice acting, Tony Germano was a big star on the Brazilian stage. For 30 years he charmed audiences in some of the country's most important plays. His roles in The Phantom of the Opera and Miss Saigon showed off his singing and deep feelings. In Jekyll and Hyde and Fiddler on the Roof, he showed how many different kinds of characters he could play, bringing complex, very human people to life. Tony's hard work and dedication set a high standard in the theater world. He was respected not just for his talent, but for his kindness and support for other actors. Miguel Falabella called him an unbeatable professional, which shows how great he was. The Brazilian stage is sadder without him, but his performances live on in our memories. Tony's impact on theater will always be remembered. In the months before he passed away, Tony was full of hope and excitement. He had just moved into a new home in Sao Paulo, starting a fresh chapter in his life and career. At 55, he was full of energy, busy with new projects, and looking forward to the future. The house was his safe place, a spot to relax, work, and dream. The night before the accident, he spent time with his sister, happy and full of warmth. Tony lived alone, But he had a close group of family and friends around him. This time was filled with hope and pride in what he had done. The move showed a future he was building for himself, full of creativity and happiness. His sudden death made the promise of this new beginning even more heartbreaking. He was at the start of a wonderful chapter he truly deserved. On November 26, 2025, Tony was at his new home, doing a simple task on the roof. In a sad moment, he slipped and fell, dying instantly. The news shocked everyone. How could such a lively life end so suddenly, in such an ordinary way? His representative spoke about Tony's legacy of hard work, kindness, and talent, showing the sadness felt by everyone who knew him. The entertainment industry lost not just a star, but a beloved friend and mentor. A funeral was held the next day, with family, friends, and co-workers gathering to say goodbye. His quick passing meant there was no time for goodbyes, making the feeling of loss even deeper. Tony's home, meant to be a safe place, became the site of a terrible tragedy. As he was laid to rest, those who loved him struggled to believe he was really gone. His smile, laughter, and talent are gone, but his memory lives on. After Tony's death, many messages of sadness and praise came in from all over the entertainment world. Directors, actors, and co-workers remembered not just his talent, but his kindness and generosity. Matthias Marchetti, the director of Tony's last film, called him a kind, charming soul and like a father figure on set. Miguel Falabella, a longtime friend, described Tony as an unbeatable professional and a dear friend. These tributes showed a clear truth. Tony's impact went far beyond his performances. He was a guide, a friend, and a source of inspiration to everyone who knew him. The sadness was deep because the loss felt very personal. Thankfulness for having known Tony was as strong as the sorrow of his passing. His legacy is measured by the lives he touched. Tony Germano's legacy is huge. Decades of unforgettable performances and a lot of voice work that brought joy to millions. But his real legacy is how people remember him: kind, giving, and always cheering others up. He shared his light freely, encouraging and supporting those around him, especially younger actors. In a tough industry, Tony was a source of warmth and support. He built relationships based on respect and true care, showing that talent and humility can go together. Tony's example will inspire others long after his performances are just memories. He leaves behind a world that is richer because of his art, and better because of his kindness. His absence leaves an empty space, but his impact will continue to be felt. That is the legacy for which he will be most remembered. As we remember Tony Germano, we feel very thankful for the joy and inspiration he brought to the world. His passion and talent touched countless lives, from big theaters to family living rooms. Even though his loss is new and painful, we celebrate the amazing life he lived. Tony filled his years with creativity, friendship, and generosity. He was loved for his art and for the wonderful person he was. His voice and performances will live on in recordings and memories. His spirit lives on in the hearts of those who knew him. Tony left a lasting mark, a legacy of art and kindness that shines brightly. Rest in peace, Tony Germano.